Howdy, welcome back to Celebrating Vintage Model Kits. Next up is going to be a catalog from Aurora from 1960. This is a pretty unique catalog, and the style of its artwork on the cover, and I think you're going to have a good time seeing all the kits that were available in 1960. So let's get into it. So first when we open it up, we got our table of contents here, full list of everything they were producing at the time. A little bit of blurb about how great Aurora is. And the first part is going to be their famous fighters of World War I series. These are really popular kits and favorite of collectors. So we've got Newport 11, Camel, SE5. We've done this one, a review on that one. Fokker D7 we've done as well. The Albatross, this is a D5 that they did. Triplane, SPAD 13, Newport 28, Falls D3. And let's see what else we got. De Havilland DH4, a Brisfit, Jenny, DH10 Bomber, Gotha Bomber. Going to be doing a review on this one coming up shortly. The D8 and an Halberstad CL2. The planes of the 30s, a mail plane, Curtiss Hawk. This one's in the stash. Tiger Moth, P12, F4B. We've done a review on that. And the Curtiss Helldiver. This is a neat looking kit. That one will also get reviewed soon. And the famous fighters of World War II. We've got B-17. This was a really small kit. It was like 1/163rd scale. Spitfire, Falkwell P-40, ME-109 in bright red paint. Texan, SMJ Trainer, Japanese Zero. This I think was molded in yellow plastic. Their Hellcat, Mustang, P-38. And interesting, they've got the Russian MiG-19 listed here in their famous fighters of World War II. This originally was a Yak-25 kit, and they produced that for 1 year as the Yak-25, then they switched it to the MiG-19. So it's an interesting kit that was developed from speculative drawings in a trade magazine of what some of the next Russian aircraft were going to be looking like, and Aurora jumped on it and produced that kit. Then we got their Bomber series, Super Fortress. That's in the stash. B-26 Marauder, one of the very first kits I ever built as a kid. The Mitchell, Catalina, and the Flying Boxcar. Interesting, they talk about how great the Flying Boxcar was in World War II. It was designed in World War II, but didn't fly until after the war, I believe. And then here come the jets. And the B-58. This is a big kit. I've got that one. The Arrow, Crusader, and some of their great fighters. This top row here, see these are all 29-cent kits. These were really small little kits. The box is about this big. They were acquisitions from, I think, Comet. I think they acquired those kits from. And with the exception of the F-107. So we got a Delta Dart, Starfighter, Skyray, Cougar, Voodoo, Super Saber, which that one I've got, the Bomber, Condor B-36, a B-47, a B-52, Starfire, Panther Jet. We've done a review on that one. The Lockheed VTO, this is a pretty rare kit on a lot of people's list of kits they want to acquire. A Dog Saber, Thunder Chief. The first video we ever made for the channel was of this kit here. F90, which was a ripoff of a Hawk kit, if I remember correctly. X15, which was not very accurate. And another fantasy kit, the Russian nuclear bomber. Then we also got the Vertijet. This is also a highly desirable kit. And the CF-100. And then they got in on the missile craze that happened as well, with a Mace, a Regulus, Regulus 2, a Thor, lunar probe, and 2 different bow marks with and without a launching platform. And everybody seemed to make a Nike Hercules. Then we've got Airliners, 707, DC-8, Convair 880, Russian Tu-104, and this one here, which they're calling an impetus and an imaginative leap into the future world of air power. And I don't know if this kit was actually produced. I think this may have been one they proposed but never actually made it to market. So those of you in the viewership, if you're aware if this kit made it to market, let us know. And then we've got their whirlybirds. Most of these were acquired from another company, one of the very first manufacturers of helicopter kits. They bought them out when they went belly up. Big fat ads here for some of their products. Glue, both liquid and tube. So interesting that they've got liquid cement in 1960. And their series of paints, every model maker had their own paints and their own glues and all that. I have a feeling that they were all produced by testers and just labeled with their own labels, since the bottles and everything and the tubes, everything all looks identical, just different labeling on them. And then you can get a special tray with a bunch of them for a cheaper price. And yeah, all these paints, if you weren't aware, were all gloss enamels. In order to make them flat, in this case, you could get a flat coat that you could put on it. Or my dad told me that what they would do is you'd put talcum powder in the paint, and then that would create kind of a flat look with it. So next we got famous warships: Enterprise, Forrestal, German Raider, Iowa, Seawolf, Saratoga, Grasp Bay, St. Paul, Halford, and let's see, what else we got? And Independence, Yamato, Skipjack, here's the Enterprise, Nautilus. This kit ran for years. King George V, series of sailing ships, the Black Falcon, Chinese junk, Viking ship, Blue Nose schooner, privateer Corsair, and then the Cutty Sark. Yeah, everybody does a Cutty Sark. Their armor. So we just did a review on this Patton tank, and then they also produced a Panther, Stalin, and Centurion. And then we have other military vehicles: weapons carrier, munitions carrier, long tom cannon, 8-inch howitzer, and then munitions carrier and the howitzer. And there's they also produced some guns. I think these were like half scale. And then their cars. And we just did a review on, I think it was the Miller Special. Got a couple of the other ones. I've got a Murphy Special as well, and a Gilmore, I think. These were acquired from a company called Best. They bought their molds when they went belly up. And then we've got a series of European ones. These were produced in Europe. And their famous Night series. So this is the artwork from the very first issue of them. Most of us are familiar with the second issue artwork, which they used for years. But this is the very first artwork for them. So here's your Black Knight, Red Knight, Blue Knight, Silver Knight. And then you can also get the Gold Knight on a horse. This was a pretty popular kit too, the Confederate Raider. This has been reissued a few times. You get a separate horse with the Black Fury, an Apache Warrior on a horse, a Viking, and then U.S. Air Force pilot. This kit was, this artwork actually is from the Steve Canyon issue. and they only produced that one for 1 year, and then it was reboxed as Air Force Pilot. They eventually did all the services, which are not included in this catalog, but that was the first. Then we have their Butterflies of the World 3-in-1 pack. And then some gift sets here, which these are highly desirable, especially this one here with the 3 bombers in 1 box. They got into some HO buildings for your model railroad sets, especially like Joe's Diner down here. And then finally we've got these U-Control kits, or models that they produced. Initially with a P-47 and an L-19 Bird Dog. They went on to produce a few others, some that were available as a kit, and some that were pre-built as a U-Control. So this is the beginning of that series. And that is it. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing a glimpse at what Aurora had in their catalog for 1960. Well, thanks for watching, and have yourself a great rest of your day.